Little bells so you know when you get a fish.
For this painting, I'm gonna pull a bit of inspiration from a graphic designer. If you're new here, I'm Bugsy. I'm an artist from the Gold Coast in Australia. This week I've been running a kind of giveaway on my social medias, mainly on my Instagram. Pretty much the idea is I'm going to give away an artwork, pretty much drop it in a random location, and the first person to find it gets to keep it. So the artwork that I'm giving away is this Kill 'Em With Kindness piece. Got like, I think 10 minutes until I need to put up a story of like where it is. I'm gonna go hang this up and see how we go. Hopefully someone finds it. Alright, got some little command strips to try and hold this thing up. I feel like it's a pretty good location. There's kind of a cafe around the corner that's super popular. I'm pretty much just gonna hang this thing up and then gap out of here because I wanna go do some painting today. Post-it notes on the back, so if someone does find it, they can kind of let me know. Hopefully that thing holds. It's pretty windy today, but I'm gonna cruise out of here, put up a little Instagram post, and then yeah, go set up a new painting, and I'll let you guys know whether someone finds it or not. So back at mine, pretty much the giveaway went really well. The painting ended up getting found pretty much 10 minutes after I posted it, which is kind of insane. Like before I did that giveaway, like I don't really have a crazy big social media following or anything like that. So I was definitely kind of tripping out a bit on the idea of just like me hanging up that painting and then it just kind of sits there all day and then I don't know, it just gets vandalized or some just random person takes it. So super stoked. The person that ended up actually finding the painting is an artist here from the Gold Coast. Couldn't be more stoked that somebody that actually appreciates art and makes art also found the artwork. It's kind of first ever giveaway that I've ever done like that. In the future, I definitely want to do more of these. Pretty much just like every now and then, if I have a painting and I just feel like giving away, I'm just gonna do that. And I kind of want to do it in different places, like all around wherever the world at some point, or just all around Australia for now. So if I'm ever like got trips planned, going to like Sydney, Melbourne, West Oz or anything like that, I'll definitely take a painting with me, stretch them at the location and do a giveaway. For the rest of today, just gonna get into doing a painting. I've already stapled one up here and I've just kind of put on like a coat already, just because when you do like the first kind of coat, I just try to build up a little bit of texture before I do any of the background painting, and it also just helps tighten the whole canvas up for me. Pretty much for this painting, I'm gonna pull a bit of inspiration from a graphic designer, Kruger. She's pretty much somebody that I only found out about recently. Sure, if you're somebody that's into graphic design, she's probably heavily influenced a lot of your work because she's very well known. But yeah, if you don't know who she is, I definitely recommend going and looking her up. She's definitely more than a graphic designer. She's kind of like a multidisciplinary artist, much as like a photographer, collager, and all that kind of stuff. But she's primarily known for graphic design and sort of doing graphic design before the sort of digital age. Now, some of her kind of like most famous works are sort of known around like the 1980s or at least 1970s to 1990s, but she has like a super distinctive style. A lot of her style is pretty like confronting imagery, a lot of stuff that's like focused around a lot of close-ups like the eye, but the main thing that's like pretty consistent throughout all her work is like the way she uses text. She does kind of like a lot of real bold red text on a lot of her design work, as well as kind of like black and white versions, generally kind of using the same two fonts for each one, which one is Futura and other one I can't remember the name of. I'll pop it up though. The way that I plan to pull inspiration from her work is by using some big bold text in the center of this piece. A lot of the rest of the painting that I'm going to do is very much kind of my own style, and I want even the centerpiece to still feel like it's within my own style, so it's not like 100% copy of her work. But yeah, she's just someone that I've definitely been inspired by for this painting. So to start, I think to kind of finish off doing my background painting. Generally, I kind of do my background paintings like this, build up a heap of different kind of textures and colors, cover up most of it and choose different parts that I like the most where there's different pops of color coming through. This one I'm going to try to do kind of similar, but I'm going to probably block out a bit more like larger sections, mainly kind of focusing in like whites and super light grays.
I dwell on my pursuits, and when the pistol shoots, I laugh while I cry. Between these iron walls, the stars.
Alright, so I just drew on like the design of, I'm gonna do like an angel on this one. The plan is to kind of do it like just like an outlined angel, and then I want to kind of make it real like scribbly. Yeah, pretty stoked with like the overall background painting. It's quite a bit different to kind of, I guess, my kind of normal ones. Trying to get more into the mindset of like, if I can make the background piece as good as an abstract piece as I can, then it's just like sets the painting up for just overall looking better in the end. Now today, before I came back here, I went and picked up a new spray can, but I actually kind of cooked it because like obviously on the tops they normally have like the color, but I was trying to find kind of like a black in there, and this one says like Montana black, which I'm guessing isn't actually black because I just tried it before and it's definitely very much that color. But luckily I have a black already. But I also picked up from the shop where I normally get my spray cans and stuff, like a little thin cap. Yeah, interested to see how this goes. I do really want to get like a whole like selection of different caps. If I had an airbrush, I'd probably do what I'm about to do now with an airbrush, but obviously I don't have one of those. I'm going on a holiday in a couple of days, so I'm trying not to spend any money before I go, but when I get back, there's definitely something that I'm gonna get, and I definitely want to like start kind of incorporating that more into my pieces, just to kind of add a different medium to it. But for now, it's kind of like pushing me like to get better at spray painting anyway. So ideally I was gonna do the whole angel outlined in spray cans and try to get some like cool drips going on, do like scribbles and stuff with oil pastels and markers. But I'm thinking, just because it's not like a massive scale, probably won't be able to do all the details of the angel, so I'm gonna try to do like wings in certain parts in spray paint, and then just kind of mix it up between like oil pastels, maybe even some crayons and things like that, but mainly focusing all in blacks. So yeah, see how this goes. Probably going to try to finish off this tonight, outline this angel, and then get into kind of doing the rest of it tomorrow, which is like all the text and everything like that. The next day, and I just went and picked up a couple more paint supplies, just different colors and things. Kind of not for the painting that I'm doing tonight, but for another one I'm doing, my next painting that I'm going to do. So at the moment I'm cruising around to my mate Callum's house. He's pretty much like a friend of mine that I grew up with, pretty much like my brother in a lot of ways. So he just started a new clothing brand. The name of that is called Love, and for my travels we're kind of going to collaborate and just do like a couple different content pieces. At the moment he's only got 3 different hats, so I'm going to cruise onto his now and pick those up. Also, we're thinking about doing a kind of painting collaboration, and when I'm traveling I'm going to do like another sort of art drop and probably still like iron out all the details with him, which I'm going to go do now, but probably going to give away like a hat as well, and yeah, kind of see how that whole process goes, doing it in like a different country where I don't have like, I don't know, any following or anything like that. So yeah, it'll probably just be like an art drop, put the art on the side of the road and see if anybody wants it. But I also kind of have like a backup plan of doing like, if I put the art out and no one actually wants to take the art, then I'll probably just take it to like a local cafe or something like that and see if anybody wants some free art. But in general, like Callum's one of the homies, so pretty keen to just like rep his hats and his clothing and all my videos and stuff like that. If you guys go down to the description, I'll put a link to like his Instagram. Things are kind of still only just getting going. But if you guys do want any of these pieces that you see coming up, just send him a DM through his Instagram and he'll be able to sort you out. I'm gonna go pick up all this stuff now. And I've pretty much got to try finish off the painting that I was working on last night tonight, because I've got 2 more nights until I leave. So those 2 nights are literally going to be painting all night doing this collaborational piece. I won't put that in this video. I'll do that like in a separate video for itself. But yeah, it should be a pretty fun little project.
I woke up on the wrong side of things today.
I'll show you guys the hats that I picked up. These are my 3. I kind of briefly showed you in a couple clips, but I'll show you properly. This is kind of one of the first styles. Got the blue one, trucker hat style with a couple of pins and things. And then it's kind of the classic black and white with a couple of details on it. Obviously, if you guys want any, just hit them up. And that kind of overall brand messaging and like the concept behind the brand is like this kind of slogan. It's letting your vulnerabilities exist. So yeah, pretty much it just means like being open to talk about the way that you feel, which comes along with like a lot of good mental health stuff and just kind of sharing love for each other, which is pretty cool. For me, like doing a collaboration with this brand, my mate's brand, it's kind of perfect because I paint a lot of different themes around love. So like both of us linking up for this, it's like pretty dope. He also hooked me up with a heap of hats, big stack of them to take overseas with me to make like a heap of content for him, and also just to give away to people that I meet. Very stoked on all of that. Solid stack of stickers, and then there's like kind of like the branding kind of logo. It's almost kind of like a love heart with a bit of like a Bam Margera kind of vibes, if anybody remembers that kind of old logo, and obviously the actual brand kind of name. Very dope. Gonna be doing a bit of sticker slapping whilst I'm over there. Pretty much for now though, gonna try and get into finishing off this painting. Don't have like a whole heap I need to do. Like the overall painting concepts, like not a crazy one. I've been finding kind of sometimes with like certain themes or certain narratives, I don't like need to go super extra with my paintings. Just gonna kind of do the center text first. That's where kind of the main inspiration from Barbara Kruger is gonna be. So gonna do a big like red block, kind of add my kind of own style into that red block, and then sort of try to do like a Futura kind of font on it. And then I've got a couple like kind of scratched in, almost like kind of like a crayon kids drawing kind of style of just like text for the rest of the painting. So yeah, kind of need to get this finished tonight, so then tomorrow I can kind of spend the last 2 nights before I go away doing a painting for this love collaboration.
Why keep you hiding where the sun is dark? It's if I want to know where you are. Why keep you hiding where the sun is dark? The sun is dark. Why keep you hiding where the sun is dark? It's if I want to know where you are. Why keep you hiding where the sun is dark?
So what I kind of figured would happen was kind of what has happened is like, kind of want the crayon text to be like a little bit more opaque, but my kind of work around that, which I'm not 100% sure if this is going to work or not. I have like, this is like a camera lens blower, so you just like pumps air out. So I'm kind of thinking if I kind of blow off just like a lot of all the kind of crayon that's just like floating around on it. I have like this, just your kind of like matte spray varnish. You can get these that are like a working varnish, so you can actually spray it and then keep working on top of that, generally for when you're doing like
oils or just like certain mediums that don't really dry. But my kind of theory is like, this is pretty similar, pretty much the same thing, is if I do kind of a varnish coat, a real light varnish coat at least, over top of like all the ticks that I just did. Hopefully I can go back over the top of that with the crayon again, and then it will be like stronger.
Why